Guys, it's the day after Christmas and I'm recording a podcast. Welcome to the yapping bit again. Not kidding, I just picked up my drink and almost took a sip of the microphone. That's not a joke. That's a real thing that I almost did alone in my home. Anyway, the bevy of the day is a little... Can you hear her? It's some Coke. I don't know, guys. I don't know what happened. I think I developed my frontal lobe and I started drinking Coca-Cola like a crazy person. And I hate that I'm drinking Coca-Cola because I hate the ads that they're putting out right now with all the AI use. But like, I don't know, guys. Pepsi just doesn't hit. And isn't Pepsi fucked up too, guys? Are there any okay cola brands to drink other than Wild Bill's? But do they make a cola? I should look into that. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a really good holiday season so far. I've said this a couple times on a couple different of my platforms, but this is like my favorite time of the year ever in the whole world. And that's not even a joke. Like, I literally love Christmas time. I've always loved Christmas time. My birthday is in January, and I always say that I wish my birthday was like closer to Christmas because that way everyone would be more about celebrating Christmas. So that way I could combine the two and that would be really fun for me. My Nana's birthday is on Christmas. She can't stand it. I would kill for that. But I had a good Christmas. I did Christmas Eve at my dad's house and then I did Christmas Day at my mom's, aka my house where I live, with my aunt and my sister and her husband, and we had a really good time. It was really lax. We watched a lot of movies. I watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with like the cast and director commentary, which was super interesting and fun. It was really cool. It was extra interesting and fun because I actually saw the cast of Christmas Vacation at Rhode Island Comic Con this year, so I feel like I really have a holistic understanding of that film at this point. If anyone needs to know anything about the hit film Christmas Vacation, please hit my line because I got all the answers, I guess. But the yapping bit in December isn't just about Christmas, especially because this is coming out on New Year's Eve. Oh my god, it's New Year's Eve, you guys. I hope all of you are going to have a lovely evening, and I hope you're all going to be safe. Emphasis on be safe, please. Oh my god. I'm actually planning to go over to one of my friends' houses, I believe. I have to solidify those plans with her. We talked about it like a couple weeks ago. But we'll get into New Year's and all that jazz in the feelings bit. This is the catch-up bit, which is where we talk about what's happened in the past month. So let's talk about what's happened in the past month. Let's talk about EmmieAngels to start. Oh my god, that was so fun. I don't do live streams very often for a lot of reasons. Number one, sometimes I'm just worried I'm not going to know what to say. Like, I'm worried... And I know I do this podcast and everything, but honestly, I record this podcast in like little bits and chunks and then I edit it all together. So it's like comprehensive and cohesive for all of you. Me in front of a camera talking nonstop is just kind of a recipe for disaster. And number two, I'm always worried that I'm going to say something wrong. Like, I'm always worried like I'm going to say something that I shouldn't say. Not that I like go around saying bad things, but like it's nerve-wracking to be in front of, on EmmieAngels, there was probably about 100 people on there at any given moment, which was so crazy for me, by the way. Also, number three reason why I don't often do live streams. Have you ever tried to do a live stream on TikTok? Because that's where I used to do them all the time. It's sort of insufferable because TikTok has that feature, right, where you can go over to lives and like scroll through. It's very easy for trolls and like awful people to find your lives. So when I was on live on TikTok, I spent half the time moderating my comment section and having to block people and like mute them and like get them out of there. And then there's the whole element of like, well, you could find a moderator to help with the live stream, but that's a whole other person that has to do work that honestly I can't afford to pay them for. So I feel bad because I'm not making money on the live stream, but I can't lose money on the live. You know what I mean? But this time I did it on Instagram Live, and I think Instagram is much comfier in the fact that it's easier to just go live with the people who follow you and with your audience, because they don't have that feature where you can just scroll through a gazillion lives. Like, it was truly all of you on that live stream, and that's what made it so much fun, and that's what made me, because I was originally only planning to stay on there for like 2 or 3 hours. I stayed on there, what was it, 5, 6? I was on there way too long. I was on there, there were some people who were like, I stayed all day. I'm like, are you okay? I'm so sorry that I wasted your day. But it was so fun, and I can't wait to do something like that again in January. I'm really hoping to do stuff like that more in the new year. And I'm doing a live stream with Julie McNiven, on January 4th. We're going to do like a virtual Cafe Boo kind of thing, and it's going to be so cute and fun. We're going to do it on Instagram Live. Amy is also going to be there. That's super cool. Cool things are happening. I'm sitting here talking to all of you and drinking Diet Coke. It can't get any better than that. And I've started planning a bunch of stuff for my YouTube channel, because I feel like recently the stuff that I've been posting on like Instagram and TikTok has started to feel like microdosing of stuff that should be longer form content. Like, I fully posted an episode of a cooking show the other day. It was 3 minutes long, and I posted it on Instagram and TikTok, and people really loved it. So I feel like hopefully through making stuff now that sort of seems like it should be longer form content, when I do make longer form content, which is coming soon, people will A, expect it, B, know what they're going to get, and C, watch it, maybe, hopefully. I don't know, guys. I'm I'm trying really hard to like be creative and think of things that people would want to see. But it's also really difficult because I know what people expect of me. And the thing is, like, I know people are probably going to expect me to like vlog conventions and those different types of things. But vlogging conventions, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to do that. It's almost impossible. There's so many people. It's so loud. It's so difficult. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. If I attempt it, what I'm going to do, I don't know. I also feel bad vlogging because I don't like forcing other people to be involved in my content. If there is ever someone else in my content, there was a really, 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 really good chance it was not my idea. Or like it was like, I obviously, like, I'm very creative with my content and stuff, but like it's very plausible that it was not my idea for us to collaborate, like, because I never want to bother people with that, because I know how influencers are the worst so often. So I don't want to be the type of influencer that cares more about like the numbers and like getting content than I do about like my relationship with people. Like, I don't want people to see me and think, oh no, here's Emmy, now we have to get on camera. Like, that's not what I want, you know? But now I guess that we're talking about YouTube and those different types of things, let's just get into the feelings bit, because that's what we're gonna. Okay, hold on. Welcome to the feelings bit. We are going to talk about New Year's, and we are going to talk about resolutions, and we are going to talk about goals. I've talked about this a lot on the yapping bit, where I'm very ambitious, I want to say. Is that a good word to use? Yeah, sure. We'll go with ambitious. I have a lot of things that I do. We've talked about this a lot. We've talked about workloads. We've talked about doing it alone. We've talked about a lot. But so much of what I've done, especially this year, comes from genuinely New Year's resolutions that I sat and created last year. I love a New Year's resolution. I love it. I love setting goals. I love following through on things. I love seeing results. I love doing those different types of things. And I feel like a new year, or even like a new month, depending on when you listen to this, but a new year is the perfect starting point for things like that. Last year at this time, I was really dead set on doing things like for other companies. Like, I was working with people like Random Acts and a couple other social media and media platforms and those different types of things, which were all great. And I was having a really great time working for them, but I was putting a lot of energy into something that wasn't myself. So my New Year's resolution last year was to take the skills that I had acquired in doing those different types of roles and instead apply them to myself and see what I can do on social media this year. I was going to post one video every day. I was going to try and post on multiple platforms and everything, and I was going to see how it went. And I would argue it is pretty safe to say that it has gone well so far for me, given my experience level. And in doing that, so many other things have jumped off into their and become their own monster, honestly. Conventions and social media stuff, that led to me signing with my agent for acting and modeling. Developing the following that I've acquired over the past couple of months has given me the confidence and courage to decide, maybe I can do something with music. So now that has begun. And I started this podcast because I was like, well, I mean, if that's something that I could do and it's possible, why am I not doing it? So like, me deciding in the beginning of January that I was going to post on social media every single day has now led to me doing 1,000 other things. I'm working with brands. I'm doing all kinds of awesome stuff. And it's because of that one goal that I set. And this isn't the first time that I've set a New Year's resolution, obviously, right? Everyone sets 1,000 New Year's resolutions for themselves every single year. And it's like the gym memberships, right? Gym memberships skyrocket in January, and then they get canceled in February and March. And people don't follow through on their New Year's resolutions. And this is honestly the first time that I've truly followed through on a New Year's resolution and seen the benefits of consistency in that way. So I want to encourage everyone to not just make a New Year's resolution, but hold themselves accountable to it. And I'm going to help you do that in the way, and I'll tell you how I did it this year. Number one, if you are setting a New Year's resolution and you are not gung-ho, balls to the wall, fucking stoked and excited about it, that's not a good New Year's resolution. I'm so serious. When I was younger, my pretty standard New Year's resolution was to lose weight, and I mean, that's when I was younger. I don't mean to trigger anyone with this, but like when I was younger, that was my standard goal of every single day of my life all the time, was to be thin, which that should not be your goal. I mean, do what you want to do, but like having a New Year's resolution to change the way your body looks, that's not self-love, I don't think. I don't know. This could get controversial. We're going to move on. But pick something that you genuinely want to do and set that as your goal. Don't make it be something that comes from a negativity that's inside of you. Don't make it be something that comes from an insecurity. Have it be something that comes from a place inside of you that is exciting, that is like lit up with fire, something that makes you so ready that a new year is going to be your year to blank, your year to learn how to paint or draw, your year to do social media like I did, your year to photography or music or anything that you want to do. Have it be your year to do that thing. And then when you feel that excitement, that's your goal. That's it. Pick that. Once you have it, then you have to build a plan. And I understand not a lot of people like plans. I need plans. I need them. I thrive off of structure and planning and time management. Break the goal apart by month, right? Break it into sections, break it apart by month. That's a really good way to make it seem manageable. Because if your goal is like, if you're starting in January and you have no idea how to draw and you want to learn how to draw in 2026, that's a big goal. That's a big task. Drawing is not easy. But let's say in January, you're going to learn how to doodle. Like you're going to get really good at doodling, or you're going to pick like an animal and you're going to get really good at drawing that animal, or you're going to get really good at drawing bodies, or those different types of things. Break it into sections by month and then set a reminder at the beginning of each month. Keep track of it. 2, keep track of like what you're able to do and what you've achieved over the months. Like each month, make a little note or something, or each week if you want more gratification, because that's sometimes what I do. But I used to keep track. This is going to sound so silly. In January, my goal was to hit 30,000 followers by the end of the year. So I had a little spreadsheet, and each like week or whatever, I would go in and I would add together my new follower numbers. So that way so stupid. I would go in and add all of my follower numbers together to see how close I am to that goal. And I think I hit that in, I would say July, which is crazy. But then I just like revisited the goal and like adjusted it to the end of the year. And the goal for me by the end of the year was to hopefully hit about 50,000 across all my platforms. And I'm pretty sure I hit that. Not saying your goal obviously needs to be like numbers based. And honestly, that's not even really how I quantify it. That was just like in the beginning when I was like needing to see how I was doing with influencer stuff. Like the following growing was a really good way to measure that. Now it's honestly on sort of like engagement on my videos, like making the best content that I can and seeing what brings the most people in and what entices the most people. So now that's more of my focus. But have goals and hold yourself accountable to them, because that is how you see success. That is how you see consistency. That is how things work, truly. And if you need help being a little accountable, I'm going to start a channel in my Discord, which the link to join that is in my Instagram bio. But I'm going to start a channel on my Discord specifically for goals and like New Year's resolutions and those different types of things for 2026. So feel free to join that. And that'll be super fun. I'm so excited. I have so many goals for 2026, but I'm not really telling people them because I'm not sure how many of them are going to work out, and they're kind of bigger, so we'll see. Okay, let's get into the Rex bit, because I watched and read and experienced a lot of really, 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 really good stuff in the month of December. We're going to start with the fact that I read a book. Guys, I know, hold your applause. Hold your applause until the end, I know. See, this is becoming an ongoing bit that I always say how much I love reading, and I literally work in the book industry, but I don't ever read. I don't read enough. Anyway, I did read a book this month, though. Simply More by Cynthia Erivo. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. This book changed so much about me. This book was transformative. This book was beautiful. I'm not even usually like a nonfiction reading type of person because I work with nonfiction, but oh my god, this book was phenomenal. Every once in a while, because I listened to the audiobook of this, but every once in a while she would say something and it would just like punch me in the chest. Like, if it's boring the life out of you, it's not your life. Oh my god, right. You're correct. You're correct. Oh my god. Having limits doesn't make you limited. Right. Correct. Oh my god. Have limits. Take care of yourself and do it anyway. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna enter like a nonfiction era. I swear. I think I need to read more books written by incredible women that I idolize. Maybe that's something I need to do. For watching things, starting with shows, I started watching I Love LA on HBO Max this month. Guys, that show is so fun. Okay, here's the thing. Listen to me, because I know a lot of people don't like it. Walk with me. A lot of the main characters are, in fact, insufferable. Correct. That's the whole point of the show. You're supposed to hate them and think that they're annoying, but that doesn't make the show not funny. The show is funny as hell, and it's different. I feel like so much of the time now we're watching shows where everything is sort of the carbon copy of a genre of comedy where like everyone has to be kind of likable or whatever. I don't know. But I feel like this show is doing something different in the fact that it's making fun of a generation, but the generation itself is the one that's doing it. So they're doing it well. It kind of reminds me of, I forget who the creator who did it, but there's a spoof of the Hunger Games on YouTube right now. And it's so good because someone who loves the Hunger Games made it. Someone who loves, genuinely probably, like Rachel Sennott, probably genuinely loves LA and loves the craziness of our insane social media filled generation and made this incredible show to make fun of all of that crap and did it so well. I think it's such a well done show. I think it's really fun once you get past the fact the characters are insufferable and you lean into the campness of that. And Josh Hutcherson is in it. Guys, that's America's boyfriend. That's America's sweetheart. I know he got under some fire because he said he's not a Swiftie recently, but I don't think everyone has to be a Swiftie. That's okay. I love Josh Hutcherson. I think he's fantastic. Put him in everything. Put him in every single thing ever, forever, until I die. Movies, I have to talk about the new Knives Out film, because I watched it, and I loved it. But my singular grievance is the fact that I didn't get to watch it in theaters. Fuck you, Netflix, for only putting it in theaters for a week. I'm so irritated with this thing now, where it's like we have to go to the movies the week something comes out, because nothing is in theaters for long enough. I wanted to go see this. I wanted to go see Frankenstein in theaters. I couldn't, because they were only in theaters for a week. Netflix, count your fucking days. I'm so fucking tired of this. But Josh O'Connor was, like, really incredible in that movie. I will say, I'm really glad that the Avatar movie that's out right now, Avatar Fire and Ash, I'm really glad that that's going to be in the theater a little bit longer than a week, because, oh my god, I couldn't go. I have a friend, his name is Julian. I met him when we were 8 years old. We were friends from when we were 8 years old all the way through high school. He went to a different high school, we stayed friends. I went to college in Hawaii, we stayed fucking friends. But when I was in college in Hawaii, we lost touch a little bit. And when I came back because of COVID, we reconnected when Avatar Way of Water was in theaters. And we got together in person for the first time in literally forever to go see that movie. So, and then when we were together at that movie, we made a pact. We're like, okay, every single Avatar movie forever now, we're going to go watch it together. So me and him are going to go see it together. And we were going to go see it opening weekend, but then he had a trip to Florida planned. So now I have to wait, and I've been avoiding spoilers like the plague. So we're going in, I think, 3 days. If you're listening to this, it means that I have already seen it and probably posted about it on the internet. But imagine if it was a Wake Up Dead Man Knives Out situation with Avatar Fire and Ash, then I wouldn't have been able to see this movie in theaters, and this means more to me than literally anything. He and I are driving, I believe, I'm driving 30 minutes, he's driving over an hour. And we're gonna go see it together in IMAX, which is crazy. I've never seen an Avatar movie in IMAX. I don't think I've seen any movie in IMAX. I can't even remember. I don't think I have. I'm so excited. I'll talk about my opinions and feelings on Avatar Fire and Ash in January, but I talk about Avatar often because I love Avatar and those movies so much. Okay, the fandom bit. I'm so excited for the fandom bit today because I get to talk about Ruthie Connell. Guys, let's talk about Ruthie Connell. I'm not sure how many of you went to Ruthie's what was it called? The Winter Soulstice, but spelled Soulstice. I'm not sure how many of you went to her Winter Solstice class that she did with Momentus, but it was really beautiful and really wonderful and really safe and comfy and transformative. And they talked about how she's going to be doing these classes, I think twice a year maybe, for the summer or the spring and the winter solstice. And I will be sat and going to all of them because I feel like it was just such a good reset for the season change. I recorded this sentence that she said, by happen chance. I did not plan to record something this beautiful and profound. I was just recording a little bit as a clip to post later, and I happened to grab this gem of a sentence when she said that the winter solstice, in a way, is it's darker and it's meant to be more contemplative and people can view it negatively, but it's actually the beginning of the sunlight coming back in, because once the winter solstice hits, the sun is out longer every single day, more and more and more each day. And I think that might have fixed my seasonal depression on a cosmic level. She cooked, ate, and devoured with that. She really did. She slayed down. She was incredible. I love her so much. But we made little wreaths for the solstice, and we set little, intentions. It could have been anything. We were, just things that we wanted. And we were really just, sort of combining our positive energy for the new year. And it was so wholesome and such a good vibe. And I really recommend doing anything at all physically possible that you can do with Ruthie Connell. I think she's radiant and wonderful, and I adore her. And I know I say that all the time, but I actually think Ruthie Connell is the closest thing that we've found in the modern world to a Disney princess, and that's so serious. And I'm not just saying that because she played Merida in Disney Dreamlight Valley with the video game. I don't know if anyone knows that. She literally did play a Disney princess. But that woman floats through the world 6 inches off the ground. There are little birds that follow her in their cartoon. She's not even real. It's crazy. I love her so much. Rob Benedict, you're correct for your life choices. I love Ruth Connell. And I feel like being able to do something virtually as a little virtual con thing in December, it was correct. Because I'm used to going to a con in December, but I didn't go to a con in December this year, so I felt a little empty. But it was nice to be able to do something, and I'm really excited to be able to do more things like that, hopefully in the new year. Low-key, as I see other Supernatural actors at various other things, I'm going to go to them and be like, hey, so doing virtual events, when's that going to happen? Because that makes my life so wonderful and easy. If I could just see you and share love and vibes with you from the comfort of my home inside of my pajamas, that would be so great. If you could just get on that, thanks. Like I'm doing virtual Cafe Boo with Julie and Amy. Like that was, like, I would say 45% me going to Julie and being like, girl, can you just fucking... Because I don't know if you guys know this, Julie and I talk about this kind of stuff often. Like, if anything spooky happens to me, I'm always in Julie's messages going, girl, you're not going to believe this. And I feel like lately I haven't had a lot of spooky things happening. I low-key might, before we do the virtual Cafe Boo, January 4th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I almost want to, like, go to a cemetery at night or something. Like, go somewhere. Like, I'm going to get fucking murdered. This is why white people die in horror movies. I want to go somewhere spooky to experience something spooky so I can talk about it. Because I did do a Cafe Boo with Julie at one point and I shared a couple things, but I don't have any like truly, truly spooky things to share for Cafe Boo. And I now have about a week to get that together, so we're gonna try. I also really want it to go well because I feel like if it goes well, then more Cafe Boo and Cafe Boo adjacent things will be happening. And, like, Julie and I have been talking, and we're like, prepared to do a lot of really cool and fun stuff. Like, so, guys, if you're free, please come to Cafe Boo. I'm probably going to be promoting it quite a bit, because it's going to be so much fun. Oh, my God, I'm so excited. I love talking about ghosts. I love spooky time. I've actually thought about doing that kind of stuff on my YouTube channel, too, but I'm not sure if anyone would even want that. But then again, like... a lot of my following is the Supernatural fandom. If I am in my Hunter era, I feel like that's fine, right? This is not what the Fandom Bit is about. I'm so happy to have so many wonderful things going on with so many beautiful redheaded women from the cast of Supernatural. Am I right, friends? I love the women of Supernatural. Do you also love the women? Am I crazy? Women of Supernatural, give me one chance. Okay, we're going to get into the question bit now, because I have a couple questions from, as usual, my Instagram story that I am so excited to answer. Sixofwriters asked me if I have any ideas for Supernatural bracelets, like things to put on them. I got you. I used to make Supernatural-themed bracelets and give them out at conventions all the time. I stopped doing it, I think, because sometimes with, like, the social media stuff, that becomes a whole other monster. So I have less time to be sitting around making bracelets by the dozens, but I used to make a bunch of them. It would depend on like the time of year too, whenever I was giving them out. So like if I was going to give one out in December, I would do like a very Supernatural Christmas. I would make those into bracelets. I also loved having a couple with like the different Supernatural characters on them, so I would always do some Sam bracelets and Dean bracelets and Cass bracelets. Do some with like the other characters too. Throw a Rowena in there, a Jody, a Donna, if you will. You could also do, like, silly jokes from the show. Jake, one time, I think I've told this story on here before and other places, but when I was leaving Nashville, he shoved a friendship bracelet on my wrist that someone had given him, and it just said ass butt on it. Make a couple ass butt bracelets. That's always fun. As a jewelry maker, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. Make whatever bracelet you want. What's your favorite episode? Use, like, letters from an acronym of the title of that episode. I could keep going. I have so many bracelet ideas. I love being creative and having fun. I hope you're having fun making bracelets. Lottie asked me what my favorite flower is. Excellent question. Excellent question. I love flowers. I'm so excited right now. My middle name is Rose. So I always say roses are my favorite flower, and I think that's a very valid answer as well, because I do love roses. But I mentioned earlier in this episode that I lived in Hawaii for a couple of years, so I was surrounded by a lot of really beautiful, like, flowers when I was out there. I used to walk to class and, like, pass hibiscus flowers. That was always really lovely. I loved the hibiscus flowers. I saw a lot of, like, the white ones with the pink center. I also fell in love with plumerias when I was out there. And you might not know what plumerias look like upon me mentioning their name, but if you Google plumeria, you will recognize them from pretty much any Hawaii-themed merch or whatever, like any graphic tee. They're probably there with hibiscus flowers. But I loved plumerias because they smelled the best. They did. Whenever I walked by them, I would pick one and I would smell it. And I would sometimes walk with it or like put it in my hair. It was always really great. Okay, last question. Beloved BeauArlen asked me what the best gift I've ever gotten is. Now, you asked me this before Christmas, so I'm going to give you like my overall life answer, and I'm also going to give you my favorite thing that I got for Christmas this year answer. I think that's a good idea. I got a couple really awesome things for Christmas this year. My sister got me a Snow White Loungefly backpack that I've been wanting for a while, and I'm so excited because I specifically am going to wear it when we go to Disney together, and she was like, I saw that you were going to wear it to Disney, so I wanted to get it for you, so we're going together, sisterhood, and it was adorable. I love when people are thoughtful. That's my favorite thing ever. My mom this year also got me I don't know if you guys remember, my cat passed away a couple months ago, and my mom got me a printed book with a bunch of pictures of him, and a little pillow with a picture of him printed on it so I can hug it, and I cannot stress this enough. I opened it on Christmas morning, and I started bawling. I was bawling my eyes out on Christmas morning, but it was really like a beautiful and meaningful gift. I did hug the pillow for like most of the day. I'm sitting next to it as we speak. And like one of the best gifts I think in life that I've gotten, oh man, you know what's so crazy? I love gift giving, and I love when people are thoughtful about gifts. And I think it was 2 years ago, my friend Charlotte orchestrated something where she pooled together money from like a bunch of my friends and was able to like with that get me an autograph with Richard Speight Jr. from like all of my friends. And the fact that they like all came together for my birthday to do something nice for me meant quite literally everything. Because like, I mean, when I was growing up, right, I was undiagnosed with autism. So I had friends, but like some of them weren't really great friends. And I don't know, I always was kind of weird and everything. So for my friends to see me and work to have friends that are willing to like orchestrate something like that for me was like super huge. I really truly am all about like how much thought did you put into it? I don't care about a money count. I don't care about any of that stuff, but like how meaningful is that gift that you gave me to you? I think that's a really good way to end this month's episode of the Yapping Bit, especially given the fact that we're so close to like the holiday season. I hope everyone had a really great holiday season. I hope everyone has fun at New Year's Eve tonight or whenever you're watching this. I hope you had a good New Year's Eve. I'll talk to you all next year. Stay sexy, stay yappy, keep the bits up, guys. I love you. I love this podcast. I'm feeling sappy. Oh my god, this is so fun. Thank you to everyone who like DMs me and stuff after they listen, because sometimes I'm like putting a lot of work into the podcast and I don't think that people actually listen, and I like forget, and then like I'll post one and then people will be like, oh my god, like you're not gonna believe this. Something similar happened to me this month. And I'm like, oh my god, thank God. Thank God I have people who like care enough to like listen to my silly little podcast. That's so nice of you. I love you guys so much. Oh my God. Should I redo the outro? No, I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, I love you so much. Bye.